If life was a movie, and that movie was the movie Scarface, where would you be in that movie? Now think about it. Some people have never seen the movie. You'd have to go watch the movie to even really know what I'm talking about. But for the people that have seen the movie, are you fresh off the boat in the detention center, Tony? You got to shank somebody to get a green card. You're desperate. You're hungry. You're a nobody. You're outside the nightclub washing dishes and making food. You know, watching the rich guys and the honeys go in the nightclub. Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony that gets the yayo, gets the money and shoots the dude in the street, takes it back to the big boss Frank? Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony that goes to South America and when Omar gets hung, has to tell Sosa, hey look, all I got in this world is my word and my balls. And I don't break them for nobody. Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony when he comes back and he's talking to Frank and Frank's like, you made a move for $15 fucking million without talking to me, huh? Huh? Calm down, Frank, calm down. You sure? I go on the streets. Mail here, mail there. Are you the Tony that has to put Frank to sleep, put him out of his misery? Oh, Tony, go. Tony, forgive me, Tony. Don't kill me, Tony. And Tony's like, I'm not going to shoot you. Manolo, shoot this piece of shit. Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony that walks into Frank's bedroom and touches Michelle Pfeiffer and she wakes up and she's looking like, what the fuck? And you're like, get your stuff, you're coming with me. And you see the world is yours on the blimp. Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony that's shooting moves and opening up businesses, putting his sister on, you know, breaking people off with money? You got bankers in your home office talking to you about interest rates. Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony that's got a pile of coke on the table and he's sloppy and fucked up and he's got 60 people invading his home and he's fucking fantasizing about his sister? Are you that Tony? Are you the Tony that's got his high-powered, you know, rifle and grenade launcher and he's capping people and shooting people and he's taking bullets and then he gets blasted about? Are you that? My point being is if life was a movie and that movie was Scarface, where are you at in that movie? Think about it. It's actually kind of a deep question. Are you on the come up? Are you a valuable worker? Are you a semi-boss? Man, this motherfucker's holding me back. I need to shoot my own moves. Are you shooting your own moves? Have those moves paid off and now you where you want to be? Maybe you've even passed where you ever thought you could be. Or are you kind of sloppy? You know, you're really just kind of holding shit together with duct tape and I don't know, whatever else. And your end is coming. Give you a little inside glimpse on your boy, Diversified. If my life were the Scarface movie, right now, and like I said, if you've never seen the movie, you got to go watch the movie. It's a classic, but to understand what I'm about to say. But for the people who have seen the movie, right now, I'm Tony when he's talking to Michelle Pfeiffer at the pool. That's where I'm at right now. When Tony goes to visit Michelle Pfeiffer at the pool, he's dressed in a certain way. He feels a certain way about himself. He realizes, I don't need Frank. Frank is holding me back. I can do better than Frank. So at that point, he realizes he's a boss now. He can shoot the moves. He can make the moves happen. And he goes to talk to Michelle Pfeiffer. And the first time he met Michelle Pfeiffer in the club, he's dancing around. His dress is different. The way he carries himself is different. He's just happy to not be making food and washing dishes. And she brushes him off like, motherfucker, please. At the pool, she tries to brush him off, but he brushes her off back. He arrives and she's like, Frank ain't here, motherfucker. Make an appointment next time. And he's like, yeah, forget all that though, but I need to talk to you about something. And he sits down next to her and he starts kicking it with her. And she starts to kind of take him seriously. She's like, what about Frank, Tony? And he's like, Frank's done. He's finished. He's not going to last. You need to come with me. That's where I'm at right now. Not a scrub. Been there, done that. Not a hard, valuable worker. Oh, I should hire that guy. I should get that guy on my team. Hey, he's a valuable commodity. He might even be an asset. I'm way past that, way been past that. Entrepreneur. I said, you know what? I can shoot these moves. I can make this shit happen. I'm making it happen for you. Why not just make it happen for me? And you have the apprenticeship. You go through the battles and the struggles, and you make your bones, and then you get to a point where you're like, no, I'm not a Jedi Knight anymore. I'm a fucking Jedi. And you start to carry yourself a different way. You start to dress differently. You start to have different plans. You talk differently. And at first, people don't understand it. They don't know where your confidence is coming from. They don't, hold on, you was just that scrub. And you're like, yeah, I don't answer to that. Oh, another good example. Oh my God, I love this scene. Another movie you gotta go see to know what I'm talking about. If you're like, no, it doesn't apply all the way, but the movie Goodfellas. The scene with Billy Batts and Joe Pacino, not Joe Pacino, Joe Pesci. And they're in the bar, and Billy Batts, fresh out of prison, been in prison 6 years, 8 years, 10 years or something. He sees Joe Pesci's character, and he's like, yeah, you used to shine shoes. And he's basically clowning him in front of the whole bar. Yeah, he used to shine shoes, and he was real fucking good at it. He was real good at it. He was shining the fuck out them shoes. And Joe Pesci's like, hey, man, I don't shine shoes no more. I know you've been away for a little while. Maybe they didn't tell you that up there, but I don't shine shoes no more. And Billy Batts is like, hey, man, calm down, man. What you getting all sensitive for? It's a party for me. I just came home. You getting all sensitive, man. Damn, I'm just saying, you was real good at it. And he made it like, he tried to smooth it out. And he made a lot of money, too. Salute. And Tommy's, that was his name, Tommy, Joe Pesci's character, Tommy. And he's like, okay, all right, I guess it's fine. 3-4 seconds go by, and then Billy Batts like, now go get your fucking shoe shine box and shine my fucking shoes. That's how people think of you until you have to make them think different. And so that's why I say I'm at the point in that Scarface movie where whatever you thought about me from 5, 10, 20 years ago, I don't give a fuck. Wherever I'm going 5, 10, 20 years from now, I have no idea. I know right here, right now, I call my own shots. I'm the fucking boss. Let's talk business. We either talking business or pleasure, or we not talking. And another way that you can tell when someone knows they're on a boss level, when they feel themselves on a boss level, their time. Their time. When you're a scrub, when you're that hard worker, hey, I need you over here right now. I need you over here as soon as, drop what you're doing, I need you over here to do what you do. Okay, there doesn't have to be anything bad about that. But when you're a boss, nobody calls you up and tells you, I need you to stop what you're doing and come do this right now. Okay. Be there as soon as I fucking feel like it. I'll be there as soon as I decide there's a return on it for me. That's what bosses do. That's how bosses think. So whatever little narrative you got in your head, I really don't fucking care. Really does not fucking matter. I know the plans that I got down. I'm executing those plans. You're either a part of them or you're in the way. And so if life was a movie and that movie was Scarface, right now, I'm not actually in the white suit. But right now, I'm Tony in the white suit talking to Evita, talking to Michelle Pfeiffer's character on the side of the pool. And she's like, Frank's not here. I'm not here to talk to Frank. Well, you need to make an appointment. Anyway, so I need to talk to you about something. So, in your life, Where are you in that Scarface movie? Maybe you're at the point where you're opening up businesses. You're putting your sister on. You know what I'm saying? You bought the house. You know, you doing something for your family. You know, you finally made it. Maybe you're at that point. Maybe you're someone that, hey man, I'm still fucking washing dishes and making food for other people. Now, when I say that, I'm not speaking literally. I'm not disparaging anybody in that occupation. But what I'm saying is I'm a tool out here. People are using me as a fucking tool. I'm still at that point and I don't like it. I feel you. But that would mean in the movie Scarface, yeah, you're outside the nightclub and, you know, you're you're making fried bananas. But just something I thought of, you know what I'm saying? I was different people really relate to the movie Scarface. And I was having a discussion with a friend of mine just to close this out. We were talking about the movie Scarface. We were also talking about the Godfather movies, and how a lot of people, different cultures, they really gravitate towards those movies. There's something about those movies that touches them. And I think with the movie Scarface, what touches a lot of people, especially usually younger people, is the come up. It's the come up. You see him come from nothing, from nobody. And then you see him reach a certain point. So even in the end, when he gets his back blown out and he falls bloody into the pool, a lot of people they're still cool with that. They can ride with that because they're like, man, he finally became somebody. Even though he's fucking dead, sister dead, everything his mom said was true. You destroy everything you touch. Point being is for a lot of people, they resonate with, yeah, he went from nothing and became somebody, and he had to be balls out to do it. So they take from that, I gotta be balls out to make shit happen in life. And they walk around and they act a certain way. They're that scrub Tony, or they're that hungry Tony, or they're that Tony that's, you know, doing the drug deal, and they feel like I gotta be balls out. But that's not a boss level. Bosses at a certain level, they gotta be strategic. They gotta think 3-4 steps ahead, and 2-3 steps ahead of what their opponent is thinking. When you're just balls out, it's like live or die. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen or it's not. That has a certain value, but usually down here. You need your soldiers sometimes to be balls out. The generals, the bosses, man, they got to calculate. So anyway, you know, maybe that's where you're at. But, you know, I don't know motherfuckers' individual situations, but I know, say for me, you have to peep out what your true value is, what you're really good at, the impact that you can make, and then just try to find some way to amplify that, magnify that, multiply that in a way in which you're the decision maker. So when you provide that skill and that talent for other people, it could fall into the point where they're hiring you. No, you're getting my skills and my services. That's different. It's different. So anyway, but like I said, you could be somebody that, hey man, I planted those seeds, took care of the weeds, nurtured and cared for this harvest, and now I get to reap what I've sown. And now I'm Tony talking to the banker over interest rates in my office, calling them a whore. You know, these whores. Go watch the movie. It's a fucking classic. But going back to what I was saying. So The Godfather, the difference between Scarface and The Godfather, Scarface is the come up. The Godfather is we're here and we're trying to maintain here. Maybe go higher, but we're trying to maintain. The Godfather starts off with Vito, Don Corleone, Marlon Brando having a wedding party for his daughter. Like, we've made it. We're established. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is bringing me gifts and this and that. Like, we've made it. Now, how do I hand this to the next generation? How do I pass this along where they can do what they need to do with less turbulence than I had to go through? And it's a different mentality. Scarface is the come up. I'm hungry. There's no food on my plate. I gotta go get food. I gotta go kill something or steal from somebody. I don't have time to plant. Godfather is, I've planted. I did the stealing, I did the killing, I put food on the plate, and now I've put food on multiple people's plates, and now I got to figure out how can we do this in perpetuity. Yeah, I said it, perpetuity. So it's different mentality. So I like to watch the two movies and think about, in those movies, where I'm at. You know, now that I'm a father, yeah, I think of myself in a certain way as Don Corleone. Like, how do I set this shit up and pass this shit to my kids? How do I manage this? How do I make this work? And deal with whatever demons I might have still to deal with. But, I don't know, just interesting little thought. If life was a movie, and that movie was Scarface, are you Scrub Tony? Are you, don't forget the yayo Tony? Are you, all I got in this world is my word and my balls? Or are you sniffing up coke, sloppy, looking at your sister, murdering your best friend, and watching your empire fall apart? I don't know. But I know where I'm at, though. And I'm making moves out here. It's your boy. I'll holler at you another time. Stay up.